right, guys. So I've said it to a few of you about EPL fantasy. It's a pretty cool game. It makes all the other games in the Premier League more interesting. You get to watch other players and other teams that you probably wouldn't watch just because you have them in your team in the fantasy league and you want them to do well. So it's good fun. I'm keen to play against some of you. I already do. And it'll be good to get more people involved because it's nice to laugh at yourself sometimes, at others, at their captaincy options and who they put in and who they didn't and who they sold and then that person well. But it's good fun at the end of the day. If you do really well and you end up winning the thing, which is tough, but it's not impossible, you get a free trip to watch a Premier League game there. So that's pretty cool. I haven't got close yet, but one day I would like to and I hope I do. But let's get started. As soon as you look at my team, you can see I've got the two Watford goalkeepers. There are only two at the moment for Watford. So if one doesn't play, the other one will. And that's a good thing because I have a backup. So if Bachmann gets injured, Foster will come in. Or if they start with Foster and he gets injured, Bachmann comes in. So I'm covered. And it's only 4 and 4.5 million. So 8.5 million of my 100 million budget is tight there. So I'm glad I've got more money to spend on the rest of my team. So if you also look, I've got 1.5 in my bank, and I'll get to that soon. I don't recommend you keeping money in your bank, but I'll tell you the reason why I've done it. And I've seen one other guy do it. So I'm not alone in this, but it's not ideal, but I'll let you know why I'm doing it. So onto my defensive line, I've got Luka Ding. He runs down that left flank. He is so good and quick, and he feeds Dominic Calvert-Lewin, James Rodriguez, and Richarlison when he's back after his holiday because he's currently at the Olympics in the finals against Spain. So Richarlison will be on holiday for a little bit and resting. But when he's back, Luka Ding is feeding those three players. Now, I've got one of them further down my list, and you'll see. So I'm backing the left back, Luka Ding, to be feeding these players. So that's why I've got one of those ones as well. Next to him, I've got Luke Ayling. He will be one of the first to come off from our bench. He's cheap. He's 4.5. He plays for Leeds. So in case one of my guys gets injured in warm-up of a game and they don't play, Luke Ayling will come on for me. And he'll score some points. He's not a major point scorer. That's why he's on my bench. Then I've got Trent Alexander-Arnold. We all know how well this guy does. Now he's got Virgil van Dijk back with him in the back line. He should get more points because there's more security behind him. Him and Robertson bomb forward when they know Liverpool are solid at the back. So let's hope he has one of those major seasons again and just scores goals for fun and feeds Salah, Mane, Firmino, Jota, Robertson. He loves feeding those guys. Free kicks, corners, crosses, name it, he does it. So you got to have him. He outscores some midfielders at the same price. Then next to him, Luke Shaw. We all saw what he did at the World Cup, not World Cup, Euros. He even scored a goal in the final. Now, he goes forward as well. You need attacking defenders because they get you more points when they assist or when they score sometimes. So use those guys. I don't know if Luke Shaw is going to start, so I'm keeping an eye on it. I might swap him out. Kieran Tierney does the same thing on the left for Arsenal, and I might bring him in if Luke Shaw's not starting, but Luke Shaw's first option. Then Omar Bamidele for Norwich. He's not playing many games. He's last on my bench. He's only 4 million. I'm saving the money for everywhere else. So he's just there on the bench to fill a space as cheap as possible. That's it. There are other 4 million players, and you can pick one of those. I just picked him because he's 4 million. Cheap. Now in my midfield, I've got Kai Havertz. Now this is where that 1.5 million comes into play. Once Kai Havertz is finished his first game week, I'm going to bring in Son from Spurs. So that's where that 1.5 million will come into my team. I'll sell Havertz and bring in Son because if Kane leaves, Son's playing as a striker. So remember that he's playing further upfield. Next to him, I've got Billy Gilmore. So he is a Chelsea boy on loan at Norwich. He's playing in the midfield. He's cheap. He will probably be on my bench and will come on in case of injuries. He has been playing well in preseason. He is putting passes into the strikers, into Pukki and Tom Cantwell. So he's doing well there. He's cheap and he plays. That's important. And as you see, Salah. Everyone knows how good Salah is. He will score goals again. Last season was his worst in 4 years, and he only scored 231 points. Now, if that's a bad season for him, I'm waiting for this season. More than 231 points, I'm sure. So you got to have him in. He's going to be captain most of this season. That's just how it is. Next to him, I have Mahrez, who's a bit of a differential. He will play many games in the beginning. We all know how Pep Roulette works with Pep Guardiola, but Mahrez will start because Sterling's probably resting. Foden and Grealish might rest a bit, or they will swap on the left side of the field. Don't know. Maybe Jesus will be striker. I'm not sure. Maybe Gundogan. He's been doing well in preseason as well. De Bruyne will probably start because Belgium fell out a bit earlier in the Euros. So Mahrez has been assisting and scoring goals in preseason. So he's in for me. Not many people have him. So I'm hoping to get a little jump on it and he can score some goals and get some points for me. I've got Harrison next to him for Leeds. A lot of people have Rafinha instead, and that's fine. Harrison actually outscored Rafinha. So you can argue for both. Harrison plays on the left attacking position. Rafinha is number 10. He feeds everyone else. He's going to be feeding Patrick Bamford. So I didn't have that 0.5 million to get Rafinha, so I've gone for Harrison instead. So it's your choice how you balance your team. After that, I've gone for Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Like I said, I back Everton to score goals in the first 6 game weeks. So he's going to be scoring goals for me, fingers crossed. Next to him, Danny Ings, who's just gone to Villa. I had Ollie Watkins, but with the arrival of Danny Ings, the rumors are that Ollie Watkins goes to the wing and Danny Ings becomes the point man that everyone is trying to feed. So they bought Buendia from Norwich. He was one of the best players in the championship for Norwich. Once they came up, Villa brought him in. He will play in the middle of the park. He will be feeding the striker, the wingers. So I think Ings will score goals. He knows how to score goals. He will score goals. That's what I'm hoping. And then I've gone for my punt, Ivan Toney. He was the leading goal scorer in the championship. He will score goals like Patrick Bamford did. Patrick Bamford scored goals in championship, came up with Leeds, scored goals in the Premier League. That's what everyone is saying. That's what I'm believing. So I'm getting in early so that as soon as he starts scoring goals, his price rises and I already have him. Because if prices rise, remember, I get that profit. So I'm hoping he scores goals, his price rises, and I can either transfer him out with profit when he starts fading, or I keep him and he just keeps rising. That's how you do it. So guys, that's my team. I'll show you the starting lineup. Before I do that, remember, I am swapping Kai Havertz out after game week 1. Because if you look at their game week 1, they are playing Crystal Palace at home. So that's a great fixture because Kai Havertz is playing as a striker sometimes. Timo Werner goes on the left. Kai Havertz pushes in the middle. Ziyech comes on the right wing. And there's a striker that's labeled as a midfielder. So after that, I'll slot him out and bring in Son from game week 2. So if you look at it, for Wolves, Son will come in because their first match is against City, which is not bad. Son scored against City last year, but I think he'll score more goals after that. So that's my team. So if I show you the starting lineup, Foster, if he doesn't play, I've got Bachmann coming off the bench. That's fine. I'm covered. Then I've got Trent, Luka Ding, Luke Shaw, Mahrez, Havertz, Salah, Harrison, Toney, Calvert-Lewin, and Ings. Now, Havertz will go out and Son will come in. If Luke Shaw doesn't start the season because he's still resting, there's a rumor that he has an injury, Kieran Tierney will come in for me for the first game week for sure. I like the first match. They're playing against Brentford, so Arsenal might do well. It's a promoted team, so the first game in the Premier League for a long time. Kieran Tierney might be able to get an assist for Aubameyang, Lacazette, Pepe, Smith Rowe, whoever. I like Smith Rowe. He's 5.5 million and he's playing as the number 10 in Arsenal. That's cheap for someone who's a creator. That's the same position De Bruyne plays. I'm not saying they're the same quality, but Smith Rowe is pretty good. So 5.5, I might get him in if he starts feeding the strikers and attacking wing as well. So that's my team. Let me know what yours is. Please join the league that I'm putting up on Microsoft Teams. It'll be good to see how you guys pick and what you do for the season, which starts on Friday next week, which is the 13th, I think. Good luck, gents. it's going to be a good season, I think. Cheers.